I grew up like a savage. Yourself and trying to reach these different places and battling and you know, how was that though? Like, how did you? Because you went from that. So the projects you dropped after that was on what? Because you
Forever After.
Forever After.
Yeah, my own imprint.
But you changed Forever After, or you still have it?
I still have it.
So it's not Dope Era. Dope Era is just an imprint.
Dope Era is just another brand.
Another brand.
Yeah, another brand.
Yeah. So when you dropped everything on Forever After, you know the game. You know all about distributing, who to take your shit to, what to do, all of that, right?
I know a little bit of it.
You know a little bit of it?
I'm familiar with it. I know how to release a project.
Okay.
You know, I know how to release a project. I know that I take it through In-Grooves, or I could take it through Ghazi. At this time, Ghazi is leaving In-Grooves and creating his own imprint, which is now the world-famous Empire. Ghazi is working projects for me at this time. I'm just delivering him projects, and we're putting them out. They're not selling tremendously at all, but it's enough for me to keep my boat afloat. I'm doing tours with Snoop Dogg. I went on tour with Snoop Dogg. I started doing some writing for him.
Yeah. That's your nigga too, huh?
Right, well, most definitely.
God.
I start writing some records for Snoop. I'm writing for Short at the time. I'm writing for Snoop.
Did that make a rapper feel less than with all the Drake ghostwriting shit?
Not at all. When you're at a level where you sold millions and millions of records, you begin to understand what the business is about. A hit record is a hit record. Fuck who wrote it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of niggas you could say you want to be prideful on just being strong. But you can't even lift weights.
Yeah.
This nigga out here talking about, nigga, I could bench up 500 pounds, but you don't got a gym.
Right.
I bench press 400. Where you work out at?
Yeah.
Whose weights are you lifting?
Yeah.
So you got a nice little list of people you done got down for.
Yeah, I've wrote several records for certain individuals. I don't think it's a secret. Some of those that there are. I've had the ability to work with people who their understanding of the business. It's no longer about whatever. It's like me right now. I was in the studio with Irk the Jerk the other day, or Kevin Allen, excuse me. And
Irk, what's up?
We just was working on some records, and I'm like, nigga, just write this for me, write this up, or write something. He like, write something for you.
Oh, even you can be written for.
Because I'm comfortable with that in my life now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me writing for everyone, me freestyling, doing all that. I'm not beyond reproach. So I'm not beyond someone writing a record for me. You know what I mean? A hit record is a hit record.
Absolutely.
And then we did some dope stuff where I'll write your verse, you write my verse. Just some different creative stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
it's just that nobody gonna doubt your pen, but if you go back in history and some of the greatest records ever created, people wrote on them. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't love Eazy-E at all. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't his pen.
Right.
But so you have dropped how many projects in total?
over 35.
Over 35 projects. And you own how many of them?
35. 34.
Outside of the major.
Nick Latin. My first album.
You don't own Nick Latin.
Jazzy.
You Jay-Z, nigga? that nigga, they ain't never giving that back to that nigga's like, we own it, this motherfucker, nigga. That is the golden ticket, nigga.
Yeah.
So you don't own Nick Latin?
No. Not all the way.
Oh, but you signed a label deal which allowed you to own your...
Yeah, everything was mine under my...
You know, I got a crazy story, man. I was with, I think the girl on Everyday Struggle, Nadeska, was there too, man. They was doing My Block. And we was in Vallejo in the hills when Sway went to go interview 40. I don't know how you got through the hills, but that's how I know a nigga was hustling, right? And I remember when you met Tina Davis. That's weird. I was standing right there, and Sway said, "Go talk to Fab," and she was like, "Fab? Oh, Fab?" I said, "No, Fab." She was like, "No, this nigga gonna be big." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy when you got them type of stories and you done been in places and you seen motherfuckers grow, you seen people work. Cause like I actually seen you work. Like we always say about even Filthy. You know what I'm saying? He literally worked. I was looking at something I had posted when Corin asked him, "Well, what about working with somebody that's weak?" It's something as simple as asking you, "What about you feel about people writing?" And he said, shit, I was weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody thought that's the realest shit, because people like, I thought this guy was so cool, he can actually say that he was weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that is crazy, man. I think that like we need to embrace more of being ourselves, and the younger generation really got it down packed. They don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah, it's total individualism.
They homosexual, they lesbian, they whatever they are. You know what I'm saying?
They've embraced individualism because they don't live in times where the scrutiny about these certain situations are as drastic as they were.
Right.
You never had a nigga coming out when we was growing up talking about nigga, I'm gay. Nigga,
Right.
Nigga, what?
Right. Nigga, what?
Bruh, it's all bad, bruh. We whooping blood every day, bruh. We gonna whoop the gay out you.
Yeah.
Like, I am diverted. I'm delivered. And I am no longer gay. Like, I just whoop, you know what I'm saying? But now we live in times where those temptations and those things, they don't haunt us as much.
Right.
And so a person can be as free as they want to possibly be.
Yeah.
Which is great. I'm very all for it.
Yeah.
I feel like if whatever you are, be 100% of that.
Be 100% of that.
And which leads to what I said. I've always been 100% of who I am.
Yeah.
Whatever. I never wanted to be no gangster. I never wanted to be none of that shit. I'm a man before anything.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, nigga, I'm gonna be who I am.
Yeah.
I ain't no sucker.
Right.
I ain't no more. I ain't a nigga out here picking on me.
Yeah.
You feel me? They ain't nigga out here extorting or doing none of that bullshit.
Well, it seems like when people put all that into their music, that's when the streets and all that want to see what you about.
Yeah, because you asking for it.
Begging for it.
You begging for it. It's the old school. I wish you would.
Right. When you speak of writing for people, you wrote a lot of. I know you wrote the hook. You wrote "Life of the Party."
Mm-hmm.
Did you write any of the verses too?
Mm-hmm.
You wrote the entire song.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we did. Shit with Snoop. We all worked on that record together. So collectively, we all did it. But at the time, it was just dope just to be able to be in the same room with two people who I grew up idolizing.
Man, that
So
is
was
crazy.
the beginning
That's
days
amazing.
of getting tight with Snoop, huh? That was like towards the beginning of it?
No, I actually met Snoop out here hella years ago. Me and him freestyle one night together for like an hour.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was at the Oak Tree.
Is
Damn.
that right?
Yeah.
Snoop was up in that thing?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Me, him, and Swad. We was just rapping. He's like,
For real?
That's
he
crazy,
was like,
man.
"Nigga, I heard about you." He's like, "Nigga, I be freestyling too."
Yeah.
Shout out to SWAT, man.
And me and Snoop sat back and we rolled up weed and smoked and freestyle.
That's hella crazy. He
That's
loved to
what's up.
freestyle too,
Man,
man.
I love Snoop, man. Snoop has given me so many opportunities, man. Even nowadays, just him wearing my clothing line is just
Man,
amazing.
that was
he wear
big.
Dope Era every time he go outside.
On Stephen A. Smith show, was that, or Shannon Sharp, which one?
I see everywhere I see him at, he got on Dope Era, bro.
all the time,
Represents.
all the
Look
time.
out.
He wore it
That's
night
much
before
love.
last at the Dolomite premiere
Is that right?
for the movie Dolomite.
Yeah, that's
he took a
big,
picture
bro.
with Wesley Snipes and
So do you see your numbers jump every time he like?
yeah, most
like,
definitely,
when
it's
he was on
definitely
Sports
influenced,
Center or
man.
whatever?
Snoop Dogg is this is a cultural icon. It's the Black Elvis. I did a post. I said Tupac wore Carl Kanai, LL wore FUBU, and Snoop Dogg's wear Dope Era. And
dope,
to be
man.
able to
That's
be
dope.
behind that, that's a definitely. So now it puts me in a different realm where it's like fashion designer.
And he believe in you, man. That's cool, man.
Fashion designer. I've done that. He's reached out to me for several different
You
things.
see all the years you been the same cat. You ain't switched up.
But he told me some real stuff. He's like, Fab, I'm gonna give you this caboose, and you gotta take it on from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does that a lot with people. Like, he'll do something for you, and then he'd be like, what you gonna do with it?
He gave you much love at that concert too. Let you pull out Filthy and
Yeah.
let you do his thing on his.
I wasn't
set.
even supposed to do that.
Like that.
But just because you gave me a platform, why not present it to my brothers?
And that was a doper moment though.
Yeah,
that
it was
made
bigger,
it that
like-
made it a much doper
I
moment.
remember I got booked for, I think it was like the Boot Bomb concert. It was like some big concert at the San Jose Arena, like 25,000 people. And I had like 20 minutes. But at the time, the whole Bay Area was blowing up. The Pack had Vans, Hood Stars had I Get My Grown Man On, the team had Bottles Up,
Yeah.
or no, Hot in Here.
Yeah.
And I said, instead of me going out doing 20 minutes,
We divide this thing
I'm
up.
going to let everybody perform.
Yeah.
And we stole the show that night.
That's crazy.
We stole the show. You had big headliners. We had people who, after we performed, I don't want to be super arrogant and say half of, but damn near half of everybody left. And so there were labels calling back complaining.
Yeah.
Like, the fucking whole crowd left after he performed. Who is that? And it was just, they had never heard of us.
Yeah.
Right.
But nobody gave a fuck about nobody else. Like, they wanted to see me be the headline.
Right.
And me, I wanted to see all my other people shine. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
Like, if I got a pizza, I'm a double cut it, and I'm gonna make sure everybody get a slice. And
Right.
any nigga that complain about not being full, they got to say, nigga, we ate the same amount.
Yeah. Straight up.
And if you want another piece, nigga, go buy your own.
Right.
But don't tell me you're not full and somebody provided a meal that you couldn't provide for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
If you could provide a meal for yourself, go buy your own.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't
eat this little slice.
But don't complain about being hungry if we just all ate the same amount.
Right.
I'm still hungry too.
I'm hungry too, nigga, but I ain't complaining. I risk and sacrifice being hungry so at least somebody can have something on their stomach.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've done that with me getting banned from radio. I took a radio job so I could play everybody else's records.
And let's put that on the record.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like I was already on the radio. I didn't need to take the radio job.
Yeah.
I had 10 songs on the radio at one time.
Most niggas would have played politics.
I didn't have to take that job. I took that job so I could play people's records.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I can make sure that all my folks in the Bay was record.
That's
I've
a
always
fact.
sacrificed different things. I've been thrown in the midst of BS all because of my good heart. But that doesn't change my good heart.
That's a fact.
And I won't allow it to.
That's a fact.
Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what goes on in this game, I won't allow nothing to change who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And if that's my fate, then that so be it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'd rather, I'm standing on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I tell a nigga, I don't drink.
Yeah.
So Hennessy came to me years ago, and they was giving niggas deals to do like campaigns. And I think Pops had got one, Short I got one, and he was like, man, Hennessy want to link up with you, man. They got like 50 for you. I was like, I don't drink. It's like,
Right.
man, they got 50,000 for you. I'm like, I don't drink.
I don't drink.
What am I going to promote this alcohol for?
Yeah.
To these kids, to all this shit,
Yeah.
and I don't drink.
Right.
But I'm gonna promote you to put it in your body, but I ain't going to put it in my body.
That's worse than these Muslims on every corner in the stores. They're in the Quran. It's illegal to even touch and
how you
consume
selling
alcohol and pork.
How you selling it?
And that's their main sellers in the communities.
Yep.
The main seller.
So when we say, will Allah be pleased with your stay on this earth?
Yeah.
You have to question that when you go in here and you say, y'all not even supposed to sell alcohol, let alone, y'all not even supposed to touch it, let alone sell it, and pork.
Right.
I seen a meme one day, and it was the craziest meme in my world, and I don't know how true it was, but it said, Jeezy told y'all kids to trap or die, and at the same time, he was putting his kids through school.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as I got older and as I had a daughter, people say, Fab, you changed. No, I evolved. I'm growing older.
Start being
I'm
more
conscious
responsible.
of the things that I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm more mindful. Now, I'm not knocking anyone.
Yeah.
I can't condemn anyone for anything that I once commended someone for.
Right.
I can never be like, nigga, you smoke weed?
Right.
Nigga, you sip syrup? I've done all of these things.
Right.
But it goes to a level of saying, are you still doing these things?
Yeah.
And at what age do you realize the era in your doing?
Yeah.
Not era, the eras
Yeah.
in your doing.
Yeah.
That's the whole gist of the dope era. Right. For us to take the negative innuendos that the dope era once represented to us, because we're from that generation where you go to a corner, you see niggas selling dope, you see niggas hugging, thugging, robbing, killing, pimping, all that.
Right.
And these are the things that we were influenced for. But now let's refurbish the idea of what it actually is.
Yeah.
And let's take all the negatives out of the dope era. We had a hell of a time.
Yeah.
I say that the only era in the dope era was the dope.
Right. Man.
So if we remove the dope and we get back to people speaking to each other, neighbors knowing each other, Miss Johnson can give you an ass whooping and take you to your grandma.
Right,
You went to church. You took your hat off when you walked in somebody's house.
Right.
You never cursed around adults. You apologized when you cursed around kids.
Right.
You played games, sports, communities was filled with field. It wasn't no, bruh could come over here and we don't know who he is.
Right,
Who is you,
right,
bruh?
right,
I can't
right.
get nobody putting up money in the tip cut.
You get what I'm saying? Well, we was respectful of someone's craft.
Right.
You knew the meat man and you bought the meat from him and,
Right.
and then you order some more.
Right. Right.
We protected our communities. We
Right.
protected our leaders. We protected the niggas that represented what they represented. Hold on, bro. That's Miss Johnson, bro. We ain't doing that in front of our house.
Yeah. Be cool.
You tripping, bro.
Absolutely.
Nigga, that ain't my grandma,
Johnson a
nigga.
bitch.
Man, fuck that
I
old
know
bitch.
that
That
bitch.
bitch. Let that bitch call the cops on me again, bro. My mama shoot that bitch house up.
Call her a snitch.
Hold on, bro. That's a